Now we're standing next to this Panasonic R2 water heat pump. It's a R32 refrigerant there, and the model name is WH-MDC05J3E5. It is very easy to install, at least I did it by myself, so probably you can do it as well. But if I did something wrong, just let me know. Maybe I can still fix this. I know a few things what I could do differently, but on this video I will just show you how I set this up and how it's actually operating and working, and if it's alright or no. So thanks for watching, and I hope I can at least give you some sort of information about this. So guys, I'm here with this Panasonic 5kW heat pump, air to water, and more or less it's rather heavy, so I just lifted it up with some friends of me and some other help. All this piping was here, so I'll have to just lay it somehow like that. Right now I kinda have installed this one, as you see, with pipes here. Probably not the best way, but more or less they are good. And here's the problem with me. So this thing you can find here when you remove this panel, but overall you don't have to remove all the bolts here, just the front panel, not the back. So because instructions might seem that you have to remove back, but it's not possible. I have to go here, just a couple bolts here, and then slide this down. So right now I am installing the wiring here. As you see, I'll use two power cables, and this is 2.5 millimeters. Required was 1.5, but the bigger one. And then as you see, the brown goes there for line, or L, and then blue for N, and there is for earth. So let's do it for the other side too. You see, kind of like that, and just pull this one in. Okay, no, I actually forgot to show you, but I fixed the electricity. So this is the main power cable. This is my old electricity counter, whatever you call it. So and or the neutral goes here, then it goes out for the pump and for the one of my outlets as well. So this is how it goes. For the load, see, it goes here, then it goes around there, and I put it under one of this, and then on this, and this is the upper part, as you see, and then they go back to the pump. These are for the pump. I just connected together. That's because I have an outlet one there. I put 16 amps there. Should probably do the same here, but 20 amps because outlet 2. So one more thing, actually I already drilled the hole. So I have this one, and I just drill like this. See, not like that anymore. Just don't drill into the metal, till the metal, because I have this sensor for temperature in boilers. So I will just drill it, so I can put it here, and it touches the metal, and so it kind of will let me know what's the temperature inside in the boiler or the water. But really you have to dig your way through. Right now kinda you can see the metal there, it's a little bit darker, see, and well, it's probably not perfect, but you can hear it's scratching there. It's the metal surface, so of course it's better if you can touch the more of the metal. So you can actually just do like this, press this one like that, and then just slide this one inside. If it touches the metal, it's alright. And yeah, of course you can take a little bit of this if you have some sort of styrofoam, whatever else, and just try to fill this one up, and then just tape this down, and it will be alright, fine. So next, here you can see the controller, and then I have to install it, and here you see the wiring, and there is the cable, and I have planned to drill a hole here. You can as well use this one hole, but if you put it inside the wall, but since I don't want to take apart the wall, I will just put it really close to this side, something like that, so the cable won't bother anyone at all. Plus it's in rather good place because it's not very close to window or not here nor somewhere where heat comes out, so it's in rather nice place. So I will just drill hole here and install this here. Next, you see I wired this one brown and blue. I kinda think, probably because it's written in instruction, that the polarity doesn't mean anything for this, so I guess you can just connect these ones like you want, only connect it to RC terminal like in the heat pump so it does not short, and a little bit just stuck this one very lightly on the wall, then just, as you see, kind of nice, snuggling down there very nicely. So next, sensor for the temperature, no matter what polarity. So I will just put it here like that. As you see, external node, tank sensor here, so just touch it there. And as you see, this is for computer, not for computer but for Wi-Fi, so kind of wireless operation. I put this inside and just trap it there because I don't want it to get wet. See how it will happen and go on. And overall, as you see, L for brown wire, N for blue, and for earth, the yellow one. And what else I have put there for remote control, this one as well, you see in the same polarity. That's about it. So now about filling. Well, more or less I did something. So first of all, I kinda cut these ones and put this one inside and this one here, because I need to fill this up with some sort of antifreeze, but in my case I bought some sort of eco one from, I don't know the name, but it is some sort of polyglycerin or whatever, something like that. So what I will do, I will fill this one inside here, and then I will let air out from here. It's suggested that if you add another hose here and then connect to the same bucket where it says pump, will pump this inside, you can actually manage to do it without any problems and there won't be any leaks. So maybe I can find another hose. If not, I will just try it and see how it go on. So as you see, the pump is inside, the one hose is here, one is there, so let's pump this in and see how it will go on. I don't know how it will work out, but this is a one-way valve, so it will not, well, fill back in. I definitely see the air coming in, out, and there. As well, I suggest you to close your heat pump valves if you have those, because otherwise you just go like here and there around and we'll just fill back the bucket. The valve to drain the air out of the system is the highest point, and as you see, it's coming out a lot of air, and that's alright. And it's probably just because I kinda downstairs forgot about to take out this little piece, so no air came actually out, so I'm now happy with this. Just let some air out and then I will just keep pumping because I already got 2 bars pressure. I kinda stopped right now pumping outside upstairs. They're coming out just water, and then, well, the thing is that the last thing what I did, I opened those both valves for heat pump, and then I pumped a few more liters, and now it's alright seems. Now I just have to let the air out from the radiators. A few already checked, I didn't have any air there, but we'll see some downstairs. Now just open this one and see if there's water coming out, or see stream of water. So this is alright, there's no air. Very good. I'll just let a little bit come out. See, probably, who knows, probably some air can come out. That's alright. So do it like for all radiators and check if there's water inside. So if there's no water, then it's alright. You don't have to just drain so much of the fluid. You just a little bit check if there's water. If no water coming out on the fluid, then it's alright. If air, then let air come till the fluid comes in nice stream as I had. With this wall, if you open this one and you hear that coming water down there nice and streamy, then it's alright with the pressure and watering system. And this is just to let out the air. Should like open one turn, they said. Anyway, let's open this one so we can turn this on. Just turn this on and go inside and turn electricity on inside as well. Just turn on the electricity. Okay, this turned on. That's alright. Let's go outside and check what's going on. So this is how it looks from outside. Some weird sound coming. But probably just processor thinking load. Let's press start. English. Oh, what language there are more? Oh, this is what they have. Okay, something works, that's alright. Pressure a little bit change. So finally it's done. I didn't screw this up, but here you can see it's working. And to be honest, it's very quiet comparing with this old one. I even in the beginning thought that it's heating it just with the inside heater, not with the heat pump, but you see also dripping water down because it's heating. I will later on do with this work. I will just put something what I had at home, but I will put a little bit more isolation over this. But more or less it's running. Here you can see the temperature, 40 degrees. That's like a heat pump temperature. Then 15 it's for the water already, and then 8 is outside. More or less that's how it looks. Okay, I can just turn the light in. I know the water is 60. Okay, that's alright for me. I was just wondering if I can see the inside temperature as well, but probably we'll see later on how this works. Anyway, yeah, it's been running just a little bit, so let's see what it says. So one more thing, if you want to install or setup, do it, you have to turn this off, and then you can go inside there and do whatever you want. Just set up temperature sensor for, and then you can see different data about your heat pump. For example, energy monitor present, as you see, it's for me it's 3.9, but it's how it is right now. I will put later on isolation as well. As you see, I just started running, so it's not probably the most accurate, but since I have radiators, not like a heated floor, it will be lower. That's alright for me. And here you can see other information like different temperatures, inlet, outlet, tank. Then you can see error history, so far none. That's good. Compressor, 2 times on off. And so nice. This means that it's heating, and I think as well, focusing on the water temperature heating up. So, and one more thing, if you're wondering how to defrost it by manually, just press this button and then go here and press start. And it will not defrost right away after you press the start button, but it will start within a few minutes. And then here there will be little this logo, like same like this one, so, and it will just mean it is defrosting. And it's usually when it's defrosting, it is actually quite steamy outside, so don't worry if you see a big cloud of steam coming there, just because it's defrosting it, and it will automatically stop after it finished it. So this is how this happens. 3 months have passed or something like that, so I can give you a little bit of intel. As right now you can see, it's heating the water, so when it's heating the water, it's doing this automatically here, and when it's reached the temperature you have set here, for example, I set 43 because it's actually higher than that, then it stops to heating it till it kind of drops down some sort of value you have had, and it kind of just heat up the home system, where this is the inlet temperature system. So this is how I'm heating the home, but you can actually heat it as well just by setting this to some sort of temperature. But since I don't have different places these sensors, only here, so it's not very accurate. So heating the home by just inlet temperature, and then I have as well automatic thermo heads for radiators, so it's good. So I don't have to worry about if it's too much or not, too when it's enough or not. So, but there are a few things what I would like to let you know. So the first thing, maybe we can go here inside and see what's going on here. So far I haven't had any errors, only once when I tried to manage some sort of sensor which I don't have, and I pressed accidentally OK, and then it kind of showed error that I don't have this sensor or something like that. But anyway, energy monitor outside right now, as you've seen, was rather cold. The COP is 2.1, it's not that great, but not that bad as well. But here is the probably interesting part, the historical chart. So yesterday was rather cold, so it was a bit more consumption than usually, and then it's kind of was not that bad weather, but as well not the lowest consumption. But as you can see, there are quite detailed information here, you can see by days. But overall, these few months when I was running it, September it was just a little bit of running it for the water heating, then testing out, then I started to heat home, home started heating. To see the December was very cold, it was unusually cold, so it consumed a lot more than usually should. But the interesting part you see here is like the consumption, but it's actually not a real one, because I don't know for what reason, but this heat pump system does not include all sort of operational costs for the electricity. So for example, if you put additional discounter, it will show more consumption than it actually does, but it's not more than 5-10% or something like that, but 5 to 10 it's still enough, not just ignore it, probably because it does not count in when it's actually defrosting or doing something like that. So this is about heating. So you see here is like generation, how much I've generated. Probably more interested in this one. So overall, when outside this rather was hot, it was at 3.3, 3.1, then when it gets colder it's just lower, but lowest temperature I've seen this operating so far, because of the outside temperature what I have had, is like minus 20 degrees Celsius. So that's how it's kind of shows what's going on. Heater never have turned on yet, and see how much hours I'm still on with this, and then yeah, that's about it from right now this point of view. So let's go a little bit. I will just give you a little bit more interesting information which you cannot get there if you have to turn off your heat pump, and then you can go inside here in installer setup, where you can actually manage all sort of interesting stuff here. So one thing what I kind of want to let you know for the heat. So if you want to make your this heat pump more efficient, you have to go here, and here you can actually, for example, put the maximum 15 degrees. So if it's delta T is 15 degrees, it will just work not that often, and will heat only when the temperatures get down in this range under your set temperature, and this will actually kind of make your heat pump a lot more efficient, and then your SOP will just go up. So this is a very good thing where you can work your way in. Here is like, here you can put your temperature if you want, for example, set some sort of for this, or I use compensating curves, but I'm using this one. This is a very good stuff here, so this is how I manage this one. One more thing, I kind of had this set up manually, so it wasn't very good, but it kind of still automatically time to time actually defrosted this. But I suggest you, if especially you live in colder weather and you don't want worrying about defrosting, so just press this system setup here and find this force defrost and press there auto. So if it's not auto, it will be manual, and by default it's manual, so it will not defrost that often as it could. And then that's about it. So far I've been working very nice without any serious problems, without any maintenance needed. But it's new, of course, so it's very good for that point, and been heating the water, consuming the electricity, and then not having any problems so far. So very happy about this, and I hope I at least could give you some sort of but insight about operating this one and what my experience with this. Of course, it's not doing any miracles by consumption, but the house is as well probably not that new that might cause a problem. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope I at least could give you a little bit of information about this Panasonic air to water heat pump, and you can at least have some sort of information about this. I never had before installed it, so it was something new for me.